Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking my 1 month review of the Big Fin from Lost Dutchman leather. So I wanted to spend some time with this wallet before I kind of did a final review, just to kind of see how this compares to my kind of all the other wallets I've tried. And this is probably going to be one of my last wallet reviews, to be honest, because I think at this point I've tried so many. I mean, who knows, maybe if there's another one that catches my eye, I'll probably try it. But I think as far as Lost Dutchman goes, I've pretty much tried all the wallets here, so I think I'm good to go. But Big Fin, so what's the story here? So my first impression with it was I really liked it. It was actually kind of a pleasure to kind of use. You know, the first experience, you open it, everything is nicely organized. You know, I can kind of keep my two main cards right up here. I can keep kind of some identification things in the middle, some cash, my little tool that I never really use. I don't know why I carry this thing. I always think I'm gonna need it, but I've yet to. I've needed it, but every time I need it, I always forget I have it. So I don't know, it takes up a lot of space, so maybe time to get rid of it. But it's a really nice wallet. Really easy to get your stuff out, holds a ton of stuff, but like all big nice things, the challenge comes in is when you try to put it in your pocket. It's kind of like owning a small little car and then you get a big truck and you're like in love with how much space and room you have, but then you have to park it and you realize that maybe you miss your little car. And that's how this thing is. So this is it's a beefy wallet. It's definitely not really a good side pocket carry kind of wallet. This is basically a total rear pocket, and you feel it. Like when you're sitting in this thing, you feel it. So my only kind of gripe with it is that for me, I am kind of a small wallet guy. Particularly, I hate sitting in wallets because it just, I don't know, becomes uncomfortable. So I always like to carry my wallet in my side pocket. Now, being it's winter time, I'm right now always have a coat on or a jacket. You can throw this in your jacket, not a problem. But will this become my kind of daily wallet? No. Well, at least maybe short term when I got a coat on, but eventually I'll have to switch back to a smaller wallet. So that's my only kind of con to this wallet. I'm also not a big fan of these quick access pockets. I think it kind of ruins the look. I'd rather have them kind of just like a clean looking wallet. I never trust these things. I always feel like I'm going to lose my card. But looking back, kind of my current favorite is still the Finnegan. And I don't carry a lot of stuff. I mean, even though it's nicely organized in here, I can fit all this stuff in here and have a nice side pocket wallet. So for folks who like kind of to carry the wallets in their side pocket, kind of more of a minimalist look, the Finnegan is still the king here. But if you're someone that carries a lot of stuff, you're used to carrying your wallet in your back pocket, you don't mind the bulk, this is a really nice wallet. I really like it. As far as the large wallets goes, I think its biggest competitor would be the Hobei. The Hobei is a little thinner, maybe because it's a little older, so the leather's kind of maybe dried out a little bit, but the Hobei does seem a little thinner. And I think if it came down to either picking the Hobei or the Lost Dutchman, I think in this case I might actually prefer the Hobei. I think it's a little more, you get more organizational compartments. It's a little easier to use. So I think if I wanted to kind of go the big wallet route, I think these two would be very close. I mean, I definitely like these more over some of the other Lost Dutchman leathers, which are like the Cash Fin, which was just too ginormous. That was my mistake in not understanding what I was getting. I think it was the Fold, which isn't bad, to be honest. It's a very kind of minimalist wallet. The Franklin, I think, is what this one is called. This one's actually not bad. It's kind of actually in between, like the Finnegan and the Big Fin. I feel like it's kind of a medium-sized wallet, because this one I have carried in my side pocket, and it's doable. This wallet obviously has a lower cost point because it doesn't require, I think, as much labor. There's no stitching like this one. This one is just kind of one of those origami wallets that you just fold together. but that comes a little bit at a cost because these extra 2 folds add, it's like you're carrying an extra 2 cards. So if you look at, if you look at the thickness of this leather, it's about the size of a credit card. So you get 1 fold, 2 folds, so it's almost like you're carrying 2 extra cards to compensate for the extra thickness that this wallet gives you. So to some, not a big deal. To me, it is kind of a big deal because I like to keep my wallets thin, but this one is a little bit more, I would say the Franklin is more comfortable in the side pocket than the Big Fin. So the Big Fin is really the big daddy here. It's a bulky wallet. But if I were, open to big wallets, this would be probably one of my top choices. But it really comes close, honestly, between the Hobei and this one. I think I kind of like the Hobei a little bit more because it's a little, I think, easier to get some of the stuff out, and it does kind of feel a little smaller. But honestly, all these wallets are good. It's kind of, there's no bad wallet on this table. I like them all. But that's kind of my long-term view of the Finnegan. It really, obviously will not come as no surprise to anyone. It really is, it's just a bigger version of the Finnegan. So it really comes down to, if you need extra room, organization, you carry your wallet in your back pocket, good option. If you're like me, you kind of just carry the bare essentials. You like to be able to carry your wallet in your side pocket, then Finnegan is still the king. But yeah, it was a fun experiment to try this out for the month. I'll probably still use it, honestly, probably through the remainder of the winter. But eventually, I think once the winter coat goes away, I'm coming back to the Finnegan, or even the Thin Fin. Actually, to be honest, the Thin Fin is actually no slouch either. So, this is a good wallet as well. But let me know if you have any questions. I really don't know what else I can tell you about this wallet. I think it's pretty much comparable. There really isn't a whole lot left. Let me think what else I can add here. One thing I like about this wallet is the depth is just right. I've kind of complained in some wallets. I feel like they're too deep. Like your card kind of goes further than it needs to. This one I think is just right. The depth is perfect. It's actually one of the few wallets I haven't had to modify. So actually I should point that out. So almost every wallet I've had to do some sort of modification to it. Even on like my Finnegan here, I actually cut a little bit of it because it was just kind of, it was kind of extending beyond the wallet. It was kind of like, I don't know, I didn't like it. So I had to modify this one. I've modified this one because this flap was a little too wide, and when you closed it, it kind of like closed like that. So I wanted it to kind of stay uniform, so I had to modify it. The cash fin went through a complete overhaul. To be honest, I kind of like how it came out, where it's like a simple fold with a money slot. So yeah, as you know, I've tinkered with all my wallets, but this one actually is perfect for what it is. I didn't have to change a thing on this one. It's the right length. It's the right depth. Cards are perfectly flush. I think it's probably the right width. It's a little on the wide end, but that's kind of how it is. So you can kind of go like this and get your stuff out. I think you can even put your money like a long way like this if you wanted to. So if you're someone that wants to kind of fold your money in half. Let's see. So if you're someone that likes to fold their money in half, you could fit it. Maybe you can't. It's a tight. Well, I got this tool in there, so there we go. See? So that's one of the benefits too. You can kind of keep your money a little bit easier organized to get it out. So, and you could. I don't think you could fit it full bill length though, because the flat would get in the way. I guess you could, but you'd have to kind of fold it in. So it's possible, but I don't know. I think it's kind of obnoxious to have your money like that. But everyone's different. So yeah, not a lot more I can add here. I think it's a perfect wallet, to be honest. I didn't have to change a thing on it, which, as you know, I'm very big on changing. So that's it for this one. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you on the next episode of whatever comes across the table next. Have a good one. See ya.